It's me. Hi. Real quick before we start with anything else, first off, big thank you to Una Voz de Mundo. I probably butchered that. Sorry, but yesterday I was on their blog talk radio for a good half hour. It was an awesome time. Uh, really want to thank the host of the show, Ann Marie Torres. It was really fun. I definitely enjoyed doing it. Hopefully I get an invite back. Definitely want to do that again. It was really wicked. Good friend of hers in the industry. His name was Brian. He's an awesome dude too. It was fun, shooting this shit with him. So yeah, the bottom page I'll have the link for you guys. You can check it out. It was fun. It was wicked, and kind of nothing better to do. Kind of killing time, as in killing time. Please check it out, and I think I have a good laugh. Topic at hand. I had something I wanted to ramble about, but you know what? This came up today. I thought it was just too good to pass up. As you all know, I'm a major wrestling fan, even though I have gripes about the industry, but I'm still a fan regardless. And this came through the pipelines today. A rumor that it's possible at this year's WrestleMania it will be CM Punk versus the Undertaker. Respect versus the Streak. And I've gone back and forth with this thing in my head of the streak. I think on one hand it deserves to live on forever. It falls under the category of like I know it's stretching it, but you know something like the big time records in sports. The greatest single hitting streak. Consecutive games hit. Most games played. It falls in the category. I know it's make believe. I know it's kind of bullshit, but if you're considering an industry where wins and losses still count, and you're doing it on the biggest show of the year that's seen worldwide by millions, billions, maybe, probably just millions. That it's up there. It belongs up there, and I think it comes a time where even the greatest streaks, the greatest records, are meant to be broken. It happens. So I think looking at this match, my gut tells me that if it is CM Punk versus The Undertaker, if net big if it's a big if this match actually does happen, I'm gonna go on record. I'm gonna say it right now. CM Punk leaves WrestleMania defeating The Undertaker. Let the fanboys start getting pissed off and go, what? And here's my reason behind it. Just recently, Mr. Punk unfortunately had surgery on his knee. Minuscule surgery, still going to require him to sit out for just a little bit. This is why the main event at this current pay-per-view has been changed from him defending the title against Goldberg, Ryback, to a six-man tag now. And I think that's big because also a match that got changed is Cena versus Ziggler for Dolph's Money in the Bank. There's no secret that Cena's been itching to get his hands on the title for a very long time, for good reasons. If you want to be the top dog, the belt is what you need to be top dog. But Cena has always had this ego trip. If you don't believe about ego trips, this is the same guy that was cheating on his wife with Mickie James way back in the day when she was, world, women's champion, really pushing her high. And when the affair turned sour, she dropped the belt, started doing that horrible, flatulent gimmick. Eventually, she got canned by the company. And there she goes. We're seeing it again, probably with AJ Lee. Sorry, but it's probably gonna see the same thing again. This is the same guy where, when he was getting divorced this past year, sailed out of court because his wife was going to take him to town, supposedly with. And this is straight rumor, but even if it's a rumor, it's damaged his image. That he may had a guy thing going on too. He may be a swing batter, which is bad considering the way he portrays himself. He's a very clean cut Boy Scout kind of way, and a big thing with Boy Scouts is they don't allow gays. So, and just to jump on Cena one more time, I'm sorry, I can't help myself. But what's this bullshit article on WWE where they're going, Cena's look over the past 10 years? It's a shirt and a hat. The only thing that has changed is the color of the shirt and the hat. The same doofus wristbands, same doofus shorts, same doofus sneakers. Just the t-shirts changed. That's not evolution. And if you believe it's evolution, then please just off yourself, because people like you was making all of us dumb down, and that's a whole other thing. But please just stop. But why do I think CM Punk can beat The Undertaker? And I think it goes back to the streak. Ryback, Goldberg, whatever you want to call him, came out big, squashing guys, undefeated Ryback. Goldberg chants were everywhere. I think what they had to do was Ryback had to lose because they didn't want to have Ryback be an unofficial Goldberg clone. That's pretty much what he is. But if you remove the undefeated, you can get away from that altogether. And then more importantly, you set up Undertaker matches. Who would be perfect to fight Undertaker? For the most part, we all thought it was me, Brock Lesnar. I still think Brock is the leading favorite over Punk to face him. But for this argument's sake, we're going to say Punk is going to wrestle The Undertaker. Why do I think Punk is going to win? I think, this is just pure speculative, come Rumble, The Rock defeats Punk. Obviously, I think the SmackDown brand is going to have someone win the Royal Rumble, which would mean Cena would need to defeat Dolph to get his briefcase and challenge The Rock at Mania. That's how I see this fear happening. Of course, I'm probably going to be wrong, but that's how I see make the scenario work. It'll work out. So now Punk is down the cold. He dropped the belt. What is he going to do? He still is demanding respect. Who should come along but The Undertaker? If Punk loses, it only just digs him deeper into the no respect thing. No matter how much of a AAA match, 5-star match will be, if he still ends up losing, it sets him back. I think the streak of him being world champion has set him up to a bar that he's earned the right. That if anyone's going to make the Taker finally take a dirt nap and stop coming back for Manias, it's a GTS on the biggest stage of them all. And that's really key because we all know if it's Cena versus Rock come Mania, we know The Rock is gone. He's not staying. Cena will still be champion after defeating The Rock. We need someone to keep this new trend of PG/PG-13 going. We need someone to carry that torch. We need someone to keep this edge that we're trying to get to again in wrestling, it seems. Keep Cena, and we have the man who, from the whole world, got respect. Dropped him, GTS. Then again, it depends what you want to believe. What if? It's a big if. If you really want to set the stage, if you really want to make it hurt really, really bad, we have Cena, again, take Ziggler's briefcase, which I think is a horrible, horrible thing. Ziggler deserves a title more than Cena any day of the week, especially the year he's put together. But again, Cena gets the briefcase. Cashes it in against the SmackDown champion. Punk defeats Rock. Big key. Punk defeats Rock. They still find some way to keep Brock and Cena have a rematch too, where Cena will win, get his one up, tie the series, all that good stuff. And now here is where it gets magical. CM Punk, the longest reigning WWE champion over the past 25 years, not only is an official, goes into Mania as the world champion, fights The Undertaker. And then it's for after shits and giggles we put the world title on the line. That would be awesome. Why is that awesome? Drew Brees recently set the NFL record for most consecutive games with a touchdown pass. And then he didn't just break the record. He kept the streak going for a couple of games until eventually he had that horrible 5 interception game against the Falcons and lost that game. But we treat it the same way. Yeah, he broke the record. Why let it end at Rumble? You kill off the biggest streak, advertised streak at that, you've had in a long time. You put it on the biggest stage against the biggest, baddest man at that event. Streak versus streak. With the world title in Punk's hand. And then we make that the match. Streak versus streak. Respect versus immortality. At that point, it's a complete win-win. You still have Rock versus Cena. You still have Punk versus Taker. I don't think any of that will happen because I still think it will be Brock versus the Taker, the Dead Man, because they still have Brock under contract. I still think Brock will probably be the big guy that's going to come along and fight Taker. Again, that could change. They may be saving Brock for something else, but he still has dates they can use. I think that is the most logical choice because otherwise you're paying this guy, or could be paying this guy just to have a bullshit match. Brock is still a huge draw, especially if you're going to have that over here. People, whether you love Brock or hate Brock, he draws people to him. That's still a big draw. Taker versus Brock, I think is still huge. But I think the main thing for me is If it is Cena versus Punk, no matter how you put it off, I think Punk is the guy that's gonna put him down, because it's a bigger upside Punk winning than losing. Can you imagine CM Punk, heel CM Punk, leaving Mania and coming on Raw the very next day as the only guy to ever beat The Undertaker, whether by hook or crook? Pins, taps out, whatever. Make it a gimmick match. No man, we don't go through a table match. But can you imagine heel CM Punk right now coming back on Raw as the only guy? Can you imagine this pure heat you can generate from that? That's amazing, as opposed to just being another guy who lost to the Taker. Because Taker will be gone again. We gotta look at it retrospectively. From point A back in the past to point C, the president. Because we're going to skip B, that'd be the president. We're going to C forward. Have it all come in retrospect. One match a circle. That's what we gotta look at. So I think if it's Punk versus Taker, I think Punk can be the guy that does it. Because it's Brock versus Taker. Taker wins. They put on a great match. Brock's gone. Taker's gone, and then it becomes a nice extra on the DVD or Blu-ray. That's really it. No one's gonna care the next day. We just hope they put on a great match. I think Punk versus Taker could be awesome, especially if Punk holds that belt to Mania. You make it really worthwhile. That would be some ill freaking scene. The fanboys would love that. So that's my take on it. Punk versus Taker. I'll go on record, if that match happens, I will take CM Punk leaving WrestleMania as the only guy to do it. I'm probably going to be wrong, but I'm willing to bet it. If it happens, Punk is the guy. So, folks, weigh in. What do you think? Am I talking on my ass? Do I have some basis for some good foundations? That my argument holds valid. Let's hear it. You have me on YouTube. You have me on Facebook. You have me on Twitter. Come on, come at me. Let's do this. Debate me. Taker versus CM Punk. Just Taker versus CM Punk, and we'll take on CM. We'll take on Cena versus Ziggler. We'll take on Ryback versus Doink the Clown. We'll take it all on. But for this particular thing, let's talk about CM Punk versus Taker. If that match is at WrestleMania, I'm staying here right now, quoting myself. If that match happens, it is going to be CM Punk putting Taker down for a GTS. So hit me. Tell me what you got. And that was Killing Time, folks. As always, find me on Twitter, Boondoxing30. The Silly Bets podcast is up every Wednesday, as we always are. So please drop a beer with us. It'd be fun. It'd be wicked, as it always is. And come on, let's debate this. Come on, folks. I know you got some good thoughts on this. So next time, I am Vash Killjoy. This is Killing Time. See you next time, folks. Have a beer on me.